Let's talk about these two mice. If you want to take this mouse here and get it as fat as this mouse here, what would you do? You'd probably feed it a lot more. That makes sense, but that's not what happened. Researchers took the gut bacteria from this obese mouse and they transplanted it into the gut of this lean mouse. The lean mouse kept eating the exact same diet and it wound up putting on a considerable amount of body fat. To go a step further, germ-free mice that have no gut bacteria seem to be able to eat whatever they want and not get fat. And if you took the bacteria from either a lean mouse or an obese mouse and put it into a germ-free mouse, that would then determine how much fat they gained overall eating the exact same diet. So what does this mean for you? If you're trying to lose weight and get leaner, you've probably heard of the advice, eat less and move more. It's all about calories in and calories out. If you take in less energy than you burn up in a day, your body will burn body fat and you'll lose weight. Then you've probably gone out and cut out junk food and started a diet and started exercising to lose weight. You might have gotten some results at first, but then it started to slow down or stop completely. At which point you've been told that it's because you weren't tracking your intake properly and you need to get better at counting calories. Or you need to do even more exercise. Simple. But is it really that simple? These mice clearly show that it's not that simple, and to reduce the complexity of the human body, body fat and energy down to a mathematical equation is a huge oversight, and is probably a big reason why so many people still struggle with maintaining a healthy weight or changing their body composition despite all the scientific and technological advancements we have within the fitness industry. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not claiming that the calorie or energy balance equation does not exist and isn't important. This is the mechanism by which we lose body weight. But it tells us very little about how to actually create usable, lifelong strategies that will help people take control of their bodies and health. And this is why I think so many people are stuck. You've been told the same thing over and over again. Eat less, move more, is what the health industry continues to parrot and shove down your throat. So you do it. But then you can't get long-term success with it because it's incomplete. And then you wind up falling prey to the idea that maybe there's a missing secret. Maybe you need to eat a carnivore diet. Or maybe you see someone talking about transplanting gut bacteria from obese mice to skinny mice and think you must have a messed up gut and need a fancy supplement or cleanse to unclog your metabolism or some other straight bullshit. This is the problem. We have two extremes. On one side, it's all calories in, calories out, and you need to track more and be more disciplined. And on the other hand, it's that calories don't matter. It's your gut, or it's plant chemicals, or toxins, or it's comparisons between, look at 100 calories of a cookie versus 100 calories of a kale. See how the sizes are different? This is why calories don't count. It's confusing and it helps no one. Let's take a look at another interesting study. In this study, researchers gave the participants 4 different meals to eat, and they were instructed to eat as much as they liked. All meals were similar in total calories, but they differed in their textures and processing amounts. For example, one meal had steamed salmon fillets, which are heavily unprocessed and soft, whereas another meal had fried fish fingers, which are very hard and processed. When left to their own devices, participants ended up eating more total calories when the foods were more processed, which is probably unsurprising, and softer, which does make a little bit of sense as well, as it probably takes a lot less effort to eat softer versus harder foods. Now, why am I telling you all this stuff? If you want to change your body composition, to put on weight or to lose weight, we need to respect that the energy and calorie model does hold true. Eat more than you burn in a day and you'll put on weight. Eat less and you'll lose weight. However, it's more complex than just saying eat less and move more. We can look at the mice studies and understand that some people may be at a disadvantage or an advantage based on some genetic factors that we probably can't change much or may even be aware of. That's why some people can get away with eating a lot more than others and still be able to get lean or lose fat, while other people seem to really struggle. First takeaway from that is that you should avoid comparing yourself to other people. We have no way of feasibly knowing what your or their gut bacteria or genetics or hormonal balance or diet history and lifestyle is like and how that has led to them being where they're currently at today. It's irrelevant anyway and doesn't say a thing about you. Instead, you need to work out for yourself where you are currently at and how much you're exercising and how much you're eating on average and where is that leaving you today. The second takeaway is that if you're looking at changing your body size, it probably won't just be about tracking calories meticulously, and it'll probably need to be based around the strategies of the eating and food environments you put yourself in. The palatability or tastiness of a food, the caloric density of the food that you eat, the situations you eat your food in, such as when you're distracted or stressed, and as we just saw, even the textures of the food that you eat can all play into how easy it is for you to overeat or undereat for your needs. Now, this isn't about making it even more complex, where you must now eat a diet solely consisting of hard, unprocessed foods for the rest of your life. Instead, it gives us something else that is more relevant to focus on. Good habits and some basic nutritional knowledge, which I'll share with you now. Exercising is probably helpful. It might not actually lead to a ton of extra energy burn in your day, but at the very least, there are a ton of benefits to all forms of exercise outside of weight loss. You build muscle, you build strength, improve bone density, get faster, more flexible, coordinated. So just find whatever you enjoy and do that. But with diet, we should be trying to find something that allows us to be consistent, so we have some sort of baseline to make adjustments from. We should also find something that maybe prioritizes more nutrient dense and less processed and less calorically dense foods that are harder to overeat on, and base our diet around that, especially for fat loss. It'll probably include some vegetables, some fruits, some meat, some seafood, some nuts, some grains, some seeds, but there'll also be a lot of people who don't enjoy or feel good on any of those foods. So maybe it's more plant-based, or more animal-based, or higher carb or higher fat. All diets can work for fat loss as long as they have some sort of strategy in place that allows for calorie control to be applied, even if you're not aware of it. Say I'm following a raw carnivore diet. It's incredibly hard for me to overeat on it. It's not impossible, just harder when compared to me eating a bunch of processed foods like donuts and pizza in my daily diet. Doesn't mean that it's better long term, it just means that it's a good potential option for some people. But before going into all the different fads and elimination style diets, I find it best to start with a balanced routine of some sort that includes all the major food groups, but balances them out in a simple and sustainable way. Check out this video here for an incredibly simple tool that you can use immediately to transform your body. I wish I started doing this sooner, as it has completely changed how I approach my nutrition for all goals.